So in this video, I'll be talking about the Lagrange's equation of motion or Euler-Lagrange equations. So we'll derive this Lagrange's equation of motion. So let us take let a dynamic and dynamical system. We take a dynamical system consists of n particles and have a n degrees of freedom and have a n degrees of freedom. So the coordinate transformation equation in terms of the generalized coordinates, it can be written as Ri, which is equal to Ri in terms of the generalized coordinates. So we will be writing Q1, then Q2, then it will go to Qj, and then Qn, and of course time, where I equal to 1 to up to n and j equal to 1 to up to n. So that is the system which position vectors in terms of the generalized coordinates, it is written like this way. So the velocity of the ith particle Vi, it will be dri by dt, and that is equal to, which you have derived, the summation then del ri by del qj, then dqj, and summation dqj by dt. So it will be dqj by dt, it will be qj dot plus del r by del t, del ri by del t. This is our generalized velocity. Now we consider an infinitesimal virtual displacement. We consider infinitesimal virtual displacement and how much, that is del ri. So at a particular instant of time, so del ri, which is written as summation of del ri divided by del qj, that I have written, because del ri by del qj and dqj plus del ri by del t, and it is del t. For the virtual displacement, that will be written as summation, this is summation del ri by del qj into del qj, this is del qj. So this is because for virtual displacement, del ri by del t into del t, this becomes 0. For a virtual displacement, this becomes 0. So we get the virtual displacement in terms of the this. So this is earlier these two equations 1 and 2. This is I am writing equation 3. So for virtual displacement, this term is 0. So considering the D'Alembert principle, considering this D'Alembert's principle, we are considering D'Alembert's principle, that we know that summation for ith particles should be fi minus pi dot into del ri, which is equal to 0. So we can write down the summation of fi dot del ri minus pi dot del ri, which is equal to 0. So this is now we can write down del ri. We will put here del ri. So this is del ri. This is the virtual displacement. So if you put this virtual displacement expression here, so this is equation 4. Then it will turns to the summation Fi dot del Ri equal to del Ri by del Qj into dQj or delta Qj minus, this is again the summation, this is summation, this summation, and this is Pi dot delta Ri, means delta Ri equal to del Ri by del Qj and delta Qj. But that is another summation, there also summation for I, summation for j. This is for summation of the ith particle, summation for the jth particle. So this can be written as summation j, and then it is qj delta qj, which is minus then summation of I, summation of j, and this is Pi dot and delta Ri by delta Ri by delta Qj and Qj equal to 0. So this Qj I have taken, this Qj is now the generalized force. So this is equation 5. Qj, which is equal to summation of I, then Fi dot delta Ri by delta Qj. This is the generalized force. Generalized force. So now we'll take this term Pi dot del Ri by del Qj. We will take this term and we'll find out how we can split up this term, and we'll put here, and then we'll find out what we get. So this summation over I, summation j, and then Pi dot del Ri by del Qj and delta Qj. This is equal to, this can be written as summation I, summation over j, and then d by dt. This can be written as mi Ri dot, and this is del Ri by del Qj minus this mi Ri dot, and this is d by dt. This is delta Ri by delta Qj into delta Qj, and then multiplied with delta Qj, like this, because now you see this is a product of the two functions. So if mi Ri comes out, then d by dt del Ri by del Qj, so that will cancel, and the next term it will be this one Pi dot del Ri by del Qj. So that's why it will be minus. So this can be written as summation over I, summation over j, and then this is d by dt and mi Ri dot, so it is mi vi, and then del R by del Qj, and this is minus mi vi, this is mi vi, and this is Ri dot, so it is vi velocity, then d by dt del Ri by del Qj into del Qj. So which is equal to, this is equation 7. Now we have this d by dt. So we have d by dt, but we have d by dt del Ri by del Qj, which is equal to summation over k del by del Q, k del Ri by del Qj, del Qj, and del Qk by del t, plus del by del t and del Ri by del Qj. So this can be written as summation over k, and then it is written as del square Ri by del Qk del Qj, and this is Qk dot. This is plus del by del t, del by del t, del Ri by del Qj. So if I take the del by del q as a common, so this will be del by del qj, and then summation over k, so del Ri by del qk to qk dot plus del Ri by del t. So this is nothing. This is equal to del vi by del qj, del vi by del qj. So we got this relation. So we got this relation that dy dt del Ri by del qj, which is equal to del vi by del qj, del vi by del qj. This is equation 8. So you can write down the summation pi dot, that is the force, then del Ri by del qj, which is equal to summation, and then dy dt, that pi, that we got dy dt, and del Ri by del qj, that we got in the form of the mi vi del vi by del qj minus mi vi del vi by del qj. That is from equation 7. We got the from equation 7 this expression, so which can be written as dy dt, and then del by del qj dot, and summation half mi vi square, this term, because if you take the derivative, then dy dt has come out, so it is del by del qj dot half mi, then del mi vi square, so mi vi square. So this is the kinetic energy term it is coming, and minus it is del by del qj dot, and then it is not dot, del by del qj, and it is summation half mi vi square. So this is equal to dy dt, and we got del t by del qj dot minus del t by del qj. This is equation 10. So where t equal to, this is the kinetic energy term, that is summation half mi vi square, that is the kinetic energy of the dynamical system. This is the kinetic energy of the dynamical system. So therefore, if from the equation 5 which I have written, that from the D'Alembert's principle, from the D'Alembert's principle, so summation qj delta qj, this is summation over j minus summation over j, and then dy dt delta t by delta qj dot minus delta t by delta qj equal to 0 times delta qj equal to 0. So what do you get? This is summation over j, and dy dt del t by del qj dot minus del t by del qj, this is dot, which is del qj, and d by dt del t by del qj minus qj multiplied with delta qj equal to 0. This is equation 11. Since delta qj are all independent, as a constant is holonomic, so therefore the coefficient of each delta qj equal to must separately vanish. So coefficient of delta qj must separately vanish. So it means we can write down that d by dt and del t by del qj dot minus del t by del qj, which is equal to qj, where j equal to 1, 2, 3 up to n. This is the Euler-Lagrange's equation. This is Euler-Lagrange's equation of motion, and it is valid for both conservative and non-conservative system. So we'll discuss how it is valid for the conservative system and non-conservative system. But this is our d by dt del t by del qj dot minus del t by del qj equal to qj. Qj is the generalized force, capital Qj is the generalized force, del qj is the generalized velocity, generalized coordinate, and this is the generalized velocity. But we are taking this differentiation with respect to this is the t stands for the kinetic energy. So let us discuss for the conservative system. For conservative system, you know that in the conservative system the force is the negative gradient of the potential. So Fi, that is equal to negative gradient of potential, so del IV, and which is equal to, it could be written as del V by del Ri. So the Qj generalized coordinates becomes, which is called summation of I, and then Fi dot del Ri by del Qj, which is equal to minus Fi equal to del V by del Ri. So we can write down minus summation I del V by del Ri, then del Ri by del Qj. So which is equal to simply minus del V by del Qj. It is the derivative of the potential with respect to generalized coordinates that gives you the generalized force. So we can write down this generalized force in terms of the generalized coordinate. In this case of simply in the conservative system, the force is the negative derivative of the potential. Similarly, here the generalized force also the negative derivative of the potential with respect to the generalized coordinates. So the Lagrange's equation becomes, Lagrange's equation becomes d by dt del t by del qj dot minus del t by del qj minus del v by del qj, which is equal to 0. So this is written as d by dt, then this is this term we are writing as a this is t minus v. So this is del L by del Q J dot minus del L by del Q J, which is equal to 0, where J equal to 1, 2, 3 up to N. So where L equal to T minus V. So this L stands for the Lagrangian, and this T is the kinetic energy, and V is a potential energy. But V is not a function of the generalized velocity. V is not a function of the generalized velocity. So L equal to T minus V, that is said to be the Lagrangian of the system. Lagrangian of the system. So this is for the this equation is stands for the d by dt del L by del Qj dot minus del L by del Qj. This equation is a Lagrangian equation of motion, and that is for conservative and holonomic system, and this is the second order coupled linear differential equation, and it is valid for inertial frames, and it is also that is a scalar, this Lagrangian, which is a scalar energy, that is the kinetic energy and the potential energy. So in the next video I will be discussing about the few examples where the Lagrangian equation of motion is used to find out in case of the oscillations in a linear harmonic oscillator, or in case of the simple pendulum. Thank you.